Hi, I'm Terry from Waconda Boats here in Glen Elder, Kansas and Republican City, Nebraska. We're going to do a quick walkthrough here on the 2016 Lund 2025 Impact Sport. This has been a real popular model for us over the last few years. It's definitely one of the most affordable ways to get into a 20-foot Lund. The Impact line, you could say, is a step down from the Tournament Series Pro V line. However, it shares a lot of the same features and a lot of the same, basically the same layout as the Pro V line has. So it's really just a lot of bang for your buck. This particular boat is sold, so I'll kind of show you how we rig them out, as well as how we would stock the boat as well. This shown here is a standard graphics. I don't think they've changed this boat really much from last year either, but that's shown with the standard graphics. This boat is in cobalt blue. That's the standard painted bunk trailer. Comes standard with a tandem axle trailer. We've always packaged this boat with the 200 horsepower Verado, which is max horsepower for this. Runs real well, and that just seems to be what sells the best on this boat motor package. 3-step boarding ladder, as you see here, that's got a standard feature. This transom board, on all of our Lunds that we rig electronics on, we'll put that transom board on there, and it's a good thing if you ever need to adjust your transducers, or if you're changing your electronics out down the road, you're not putting any more holes in the boat than you have to. So all of ours we rig will have that. As we climb inside, we'll start at the back of the boat. Your main live well, it's a real large live well on the back and the port side. That does have a light in there. It's on a timer as well. Good sized live well. And on the other side in the back is you got some storage along with your cranking battery stows away in there as well. And this here is an option that we put with our 20 impacts. I don't know that I'd necessarily recommend it. You can get it on the smaller impacts. We don't put it with it because it takes up a little too much room in the boat. But on the 20-foot model, you got the space to give for it. But this is called the flip-up aft seating option. And so it's kind of a handy feature. It extends your casting deck out for the guy in the back of the boat. And then when you're wanting to go somewhere, if you got extra passengers with you that day and you're skiing or whatnot, you can flip this up and you have jump seats in the back as well. And then as that's flipped up, you have another storage compartment down here in the floor. It's a good spot for an anchor or whatever you'd want to put in there. Also shown in how we'd stock it, it's going to have the snap-in carpet. It's an option we put with all of ours anymore. And on the side walls, there's a lockable storage compartment on each side, and you can put longer rods in there. There's actually extra rod tubes in there, and there's just a ton of storage on both sides. One thing I'll point out on this boat, or this particular model, is the quick rod storage it has as well. If you're just going from one spot to another and it's just a short distance of travel and you don't want to put your rods clear back away in the main rod box, they got these 3 tubes here, and there's 2 more on the other side as well. And it's a way to quickly stow them away when you're going from one place to the next. Under each console, there's another lockable compartment that pulls out. It's a sliding drawer, so it comes out. It's easier to get to things. You can keep it organized better on both sides. Nice size lockable glove box as well. And at the helm, you have another compartment here for your cell phone. The Infinity stereo hasn't changed. They use that in most all their Lunds. It's Bluetooth compatible. You can also put a USB port or an MP3 player jack into there as well. This particular guy opted for a Lowrance Electronics. This is the HDS 9 touchscreen, and you can see how we rig that up. It's going to be on this ram mount. We pretty much do this type of a mount on most of all of our electronics, unless somebody requests something different. but it works really well. You're not putting a lot of holes in the dash, and it's not stuck in, it's not fixed to one spot. If you have a glare, you can move it real easy, and it's just a handy way to do it. Also, this depth finder, and if this guy didn't get a depth finder on the bow yet because he wasn't sure what he wanted, but even the one on the bow, if you were to put it there in this depth finder, everything and all these switches are ran off the master power. So as long as that's off, you really don't have to worry about leaving something on and running your battery down. This guy opted for the Bimini top as well. And you can see how that this is basically how it's going to store. It's a handy feature to have. It's hot out. One thing bad about this particular model, where there's a lot of the other Lunds, they have a way to kind of stow it away and hide it when you're not using it, so you're not tripping over it. This one here, if you're not using it, it is kind of in the way. But if you get the Bimini top, this is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to look. So if you didn't think you're going to use it that day, it'd almost be better to just leave it at home. But they do mount them on these sport track brackets, so you can slide it, which is a handy feature. Your main rod box here in the center, just like the Pro V's, also is lockable. Nice large rod box. And then your trolling motor battery stow away in this compartment, which would be underneath the rods. And then your battery charger for those is in its spot here as well. So that's how all that's going to look once it's rigged up. And in the front, just like the Pro V's, it's got a very large bow to fish off of. If anybody likes to vertical jig fish or whichever else, you got a lot of room up here to maneuver. On the front right side here is your bow live well. Nice size live well for a bow. And then there's just a lot of storage. On the front of each console, there's another compartment. Another small compartment up here. And then your main storage box on the port side. Lots of space there for tackle boxes or life jackets or you name it. This here is a travel cover, which is also something the way we would stock it this way as well. Lots of storage up under here in the tip of the bow too. This guy opted to go with a trolling motor. It's a Minn Kota Tarova with iPilot, they call it. That's almost all the Lunds we're selling now. Almost everybody's getting the iPilot trolling motor with it. It's really a nice feature. You have a foot control or you have a hand control, so you can run the old school way, and or you got there's a GPS built into the head of it. So you just hit a button and it'll lock you onto your spot. They call it spot lock, and it'll anchor you up, and it's perfect for people that like to do a lot of vertical jigging. And it'll do a lot more than that. You can record tracks, and it'll take you in a straight line and whatnot. But almost everybody that's buying these Lunds now is buying this type of a setup with a trolling motor. I think that pretty well wraps everything up. If I missed anything, just give us a call or email us. My phone numbers and emails are on our website, wacondaboats.com. Thanks for watching.